Lamborghini supercar owners are driving around targeting Tesla Cybertruck owners with some pretty insane messages. This is kind of feels like I'm living in the twilight zone. Is this really actually happening? People are targeting Cybertruck owners in the United States. And I watched these videos and I thought, it's not a big deal. And then I realized something kind of interesting that I thought you guys might see as well. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. Great to have you with us. If you'd like to become a YouTube member, that'd be awesome. I'll put a link in the description below. Cybertruck owners, they're being targeted in the US by people who obviously are pissed off or hate Elon Musk, hate capitalism in many cases. A lot of them are saying this sort of stuff. Someone yesterday punched a Cybertruck owner in the face because he said, "You're a disgusting capitalist," or something like that. So interestingly, capitalism is a big issue here. And, that's all right. I get that. I understand that. I know why there's some frustration right now about Elon Musk. I totally get that. So I was kind of interested in this and I thought, let's have a look at some of these videos people have been posting. What are these people actually doing? What they're doing is they're driving their cars behind a Cybertruck and then they're projecting onto the back of the Cybertruck this kind of video that says the owner of that Cybertruck is obviously a Nazi supporter and, that kind of stuff. And really, it's more about Elon Musk than the owner, but it is a bit about the owner as well. It's not really a huge big deal as long as they don't, expose these people's number plates, which it does look like some of them are doing that, which I don't think you should do. I think exposing a number plate online, that shouldn't be legal. But this is TikTok and it's owned by, is it owned by China still or is it purchased? I don't know. Anyway, so protesters in Germany, they did something similar to this, right? They basically shined things on Tesla's factories and Tesla's showroom floor, actual dealerships, putting up signs like Nazi supporter and this sort of thing. So what these drivers are doing in the US, they're displaying images and statements critical of Musk and the Cybertruck and Cybertruck owners. And it's kind of clever. However, there's one big problem here that I'm seeing. And I watched all the videos and I thought, I wonder what they're saying. Here's what they're saying. I wonder if everyone who's passing me thinks I'm a Nazi, before cutting to a clip of Musk making his so-called Nazi hand gesture. Now, I say so-called because some people think it was a Nazi gesture and others think it wasn't. They think it was doing this to the heart. So, everyone's got their opinions on that. I'll leave it to your own opinion. Another message says, Tesla Cybertruck, the most recalled truck in 2024. Now, that's not really accurate. If you consider a software updated recall, I guess that is accurate. Others are more critical, showing an image of Musk and then stating, figures the guy who made a truck shaped like a coffin gets pleasure out of killing 3.2 million Sudanese children. Elon Musk gets pleasure. I haven't heard about this. Have you guys? Apparently, Elon Musk gets pleasure out of killing 3.2 million Sudanese children. How exactly did Musk kill 3.2 million? I don't know. I missed that news. So go send me an email. Contact Electric Viking. Killed 3 million. Okay. Here we go. This is a reference to Musk's Starlink shutting its internet service in Sudan last year. So because Starlink, guys, I should make a point here. Starlink usually doesn't have much choice. It's up to the government whether Starlink can operate in that country. That's why in China, you can't get Starlink. There's several countries, quite a few countries around the world where the citizens would love Starlink, but they can't get it because of the country's decisions. There are some political messages being displayed. One says Musk has called DEI another word for racism and has criticized it as immoral and illegal, which might explain why he designed the Cybertruck for white pricks. There are a few black people I've seen driving the Cybertruck, so I'm not sure how they're going to feel about that. One of the messages says, don't think of this as a truck, think of it as a small dick enlarger. Yeah, but here's the problem. The guys driving around doing this, none of them, for one, have an electric car. They're all driving internal combustion cars. Secondly, probably even worse than this, a bigger indictment on them themselves is the main guy who's doing this. He has a Lamborghini, right? And it's not just an old Lamborghini. He's got a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. These things cost $1 million in Australia. Literally, after taxes, you're looking at $1 million for a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. And isn't that kind of ironic? Like, this is some dude who, if you're going to spend $1 million on a car, clearly you've got to have a lot of millions yourself, right? Weird. Hey, I get, that people are against Musk right now. I'm not criticizing that. Not at all. That's fine. I've said, it's fine if you have your opinions on that and to share those as long as you're not going too far. But to drive around in a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ and pretend as though, you're against Elon Musk and his capitalism and shine these lights on other cars, it does seem a little bit hypocritical. Would you say? Would you agree? Let me know what you think in the comments. Demand for the Tesla Cybertruck may not be, well, anywhere near as much as what we thought it would be and what Tesla thought it would be, but there are some good news stories popping up around the Cybertruck and its apparent ability to hit anything and still be fine. Now, the truth is that you're not indestructible in a Cybertruck. People have died in some Cybertruck crashes that were just insane, that I don't think anything could have, any real vehicle could have withstood that kind of force. But it's kind of interesting to see what happens when you hit a deer. I was riding my bicycle with my wife I was riding from down towards San Francisco, but it was a couple of hours north on the coast road. This was in the evening. Right along, and I saw a Ford Mustang had driven into the ocean. It was either the ocean or a river. I don't remember. It was either, anyway, I saw this Ford Mustang and the front of it was in the ocean and a guy was getting out, trying to get out of his door. And I actually think he wound down the window and climbed out the window. And I was thinking, why is he in the ocean? What happened? Did he fall asleep? Anyhow, it turns out he'd hit a deer. So the front of his car was just destroyed. And I've since then seen other people hit deers. I personally have hit a kangaroo. Well, a kangaroo hit me. I was driving along the road and this kangaroo just comes out of nowhere and runs at my car, basically dives into the side of it. It was insane. It put a dent in the side of my Mitsubishi. That wasn't too bad. But generally when you hit a kangaroo or you hit a deer or something like that, your car is going to be just totaled, annihilated. And here in Australia, a lot of people use bull bars. They use these big metal kind of things they put on the front of their cars to protect you from basically getting your car smashed right in from a collision with an animal. Deer, they get pretty big. This Tesla Cybertruck actually hit a deer at 75 miles an hour and just kept driving as though nothing happened. Now, as you can see, something did happen, but not very much. In fact, it was remarkable how little damage the Cybertruck had. A new video showing the damage to a Tesla Cybertruck after a high-speed deer impact shows the Cybertruck is pretty damn strong in a deer situation. So if you're driving in roads where you're driving maybe on freeways where there are deer around, it could be a good option as a car in order to, protect yourself and the occupants of your vehicle. According to Justin Demery, the incident happened at around 4 a.m. as he and others were traveling to Boca Chica. Out of nowhere, a deer stepped into the path of the Cybertruck and there was no way to avoid hitting it. This wasn't a small deer. It was a 6-point buck. Those things are enormous. I saw some of those near the redwoods in California. They had massive, they scared me a bit, to be honest.